It is a great time to be an Indiana sports fan, especially a fan of the Indianapolis Colts and the IU Hoosiers, although I am not one of, but I am still grateful to have such great sports here in the great state of Indiana. Let's do this. I keep it moving, I heard a rumor, they won't be blown away. I keep it looping, I'm a news, they won't be gone away. I keep them clueless, they keep them moving, on the set of my place. I make them so mad, if a rapper gon' by the way. I keep it moving, I heard a rumor, they won't be blown away. I keep it looping, I'm a news, they won't be gone away. I keep them clueless, they keep them moving, on the set of my place. I make them so mad, if a rapper gon' by the way. Let's keep it up. Can't help about that bunch. Running around stealing what was done for the lane from all the bus. Got platinum blacks now rolling rust time. Let's got patina. If you know what's up, motherfucker, that's rock star stuff. Pulling up half baked in a rock star bus. On stage with a rock star sucks when you ain't a rock star. So with a rock star, ain't worried about you. Cause a rock star don't give a rock star fuck. That security get you off in new grass. If you know you came as the opening act. There's levels to this and the level I'm on is a level detached. Facts. I keep it moving, I heard a rumor, they want it blown away. I keep it looping, I'm a news, they want me gone away. I keep them clueless, they see them moving, on the set of my place. I make them so mad, if a rapper gon' by the way. I keep it moving. Y'all's hitman scared to walk through the woods, ain't he, you little bitch? Fuck, immediately, fucking ugly. I really like that song. If that probably gonna give me copyright, and I played a lot of it, but I can't help it. It's such a good song. Like it's anyway to the Colts. I completely forgot what we were doing. So today's show we're obviously gonna be talking about the Colts and Titans game. The Colts won 30-14. We know this. We'll talk about honestly it'll be we'll talk about the Pacers a little bit. We'll talk about Kentucky a little bit. Um, the Pacers aren't off to a very good start, injury wise, or really record wise. So that does suck. But why don't we go ahead and why don't we just go ahead and dive straight into our first topic of the day, which is going to be I've been going on TikTok live recently, and after the win yesterday, I went on there and was talking to some people, some fans, and some opposing fans got on there. They started saying that we haven't beat anybody good. Now, of course, before we beat the Chargers were good, and we were gonna lose to the Chargers because of how good they were. But then after that, oh, the Chargers, the Chargers, the Chargers not very good. So then we beat the Broncos, but it's a lucky penalty. I mean, leverage. That's a penalty that exists. That's real in the real rule book. You can look that up. But they called it because it was a real penalty. We lost to the Rams. I've already talked about that a lot, but we lost to the Rams because AD Mitchell decided to drop the ball before he actually went into the end zone. So just wanted to address that a little bit. I don't know. And as a matter of fact, while we're on that subject, let's just go ahead and dive straight into this part right here. Um, I wanted to pick out 10 stats that I thought were extraordinary, that I thought really set the path here, really kind of set the precedent for why the Colts are as good as they are. So, the Colts are averaging 6.4 yards per play. That is first in the NFL. The Colts have gained a total of 2,662 total offensive yards through 7 games. That's, again, among the top five. Their passing attack has produced 1,799 yards on 217 attempts. That makes 8.3 yards per attempt. It is tough to lose when you're throwing that many yards per attempt. I think it's one more time among the best top five. I think it might be even be number 2, 1. I just went through things that we were top 5 in here. Anyway, the rushing game is obviously 911 yards on 196 attempts. That's 4.6 yards per carry. That's through 7 games.
we've scored 27 offensive touchdowns, 16 receiving, 16 rushing, and 10 receiving, plus 2-point plays so far this season. Points per possession, we're averaging 3.46 yards per possession, 52.4 yards per drive. The Colts have converted 59 rushing first downs and 90 passing first downs for a total of 165 first downs through the first 7 games. Even though they often start drives from relatively poor field position, net 26.8 yard line per one analysis, they still produce top tier efficiency drive after drive. We score drive after drive. We've scored every quarter other than like 2 or 3 the whole season. I don't know why people won't accept the dominance the Colts have been on this season. Oh, well, then the conversation yesterday turned into you guys are going to be first round buys. Let me tell you something. If we make it to the first round of the playoffs and lose, I will, number one, I don't think if we make it to the first round of the playoffs, I think we're going to win. But even if we do, I will still be happy because last season we missed it. For the last like 5 seasons, as long as we go there and then next season we build on that, as long as we continue to improve, that's what I am interested in. I would love a Super Bowl. You've seen my like if you've seen it in my social media other than this, you've seen me post like the Colts are going to win the Super Bowl. I think that in my soul, like within my being, I think the Colts can win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm looking at an outside perspective, realistically, I know that it's a pretty large long shot. But as far as a first round bye is concerned, when you talk about a first round bye like and you haven't been to the playoffs since 2020, that's not a bad thing. Now, if we do end up getting to this first round of the playoffs and losing, I want you to know, as a collective, I believe Colts fans will still be pretty happy because I mean there'll be some people who are like, we wasted the season, but we didn't because as long as we go next season and go to prove the second, third round, then it'll all be for naught. And if we continue on this pace that we're on, 7-1 here, we're going to win the AFC and we're going to get a first round bye if we continue on this path. We have beat the understand this. We beat the Raiders by over 20 points. I think it was even 30 maybe. We beat the Titans twice by over 25. We've beat the who else did we beat? What am I forgetting? Dolphins round 1 or week 1. We've beat the Chargers, who y'all said were good before we beat them. We beat the Broncos, who y'all said we were said were really good before we beat them. By the way, those two teams still really good. Just because y'all don't think they are anymore doesn't make them not good. They're still great teams. So we lost to the Rams because of a fluke play. So like we've continually improved throughout the season. JT is literally the MVP of the NFL right now. The reason we won the game. Let's get into the game from yesterday a little bit here. So obviously the final score 38-14. Colts improved to 7-1. Titans fall to 1-7. Let's look at about 5 key statistics here from the teams. First downs, the Titans had 20 and the Colts 21. The Titans had a total of 341 yards, the Colts 420. Average gain per play, the Colts gained 8.1 yards per play, while the Titans only averaged 5.1. Third down efficiency, the Titans were 6 of 15, and the Colts were 3 of 9. Turnover differential versus other statistical or situational statistics. Colts have been +3 turnover differential, while the Titans were -5 entering that game. The standout performer today, I would go with Jonathan Taylor, who is the MVP of the NFL right now. 153 yards on only 12 carries, along with 2 rushing touchdowns and a 19-plus yard receiving touchdown. He had an 80-yard down the field. Daniel Jones completed 21-29 passes, 272 yards, and 3 passing touchdowns. Let me tell you something. On that note, Daniel Jones isn't indeed a game manager. I've seen people on the internet earlier being like, "Oh well, Daniel Jones is still not that great. He's just in a better situation where he can manage the game better." Come here. That means that he's improved his skills, and then inherently he's gotten better. So you sound stupid just saying that he's not gotten any better just because he's in a better situation. Yes, he has. I mean, fucking clearly. So anyway, you don't know fucking ball, but moving right along. Michael Pittman Jr. Had a very great touchdown catch. That was he had 95 yards, I believe it was, which we haven't had a 100-yard receiver yet this year, so that would be cool. But I heard Shane talking about earlier how he kind of asked him, "Hey, you wanna, you care?" And I know Pittman really selfless about it, so we love to see that. Um, Cam Ward, he didn't have a terrible game. Threw 259 yards and a touchdown and an interception. The Colts jumped out really honestly early. We were up late in the first quarter, 10-0. The Titans did respond with a 69-yard drive and a 1-yard passing touchdown, making it 10-7. But then he pulled away in the second half. They scored on their first three drives of the third quarter, including a spectacular yard run that really broke the game open. From that point, the Titans never really got back into it, and the Colts continued to control the flow. The Colts won. So why did the Colts win this game so convincingly? So, AKA, why are the Colts still an elite team even though they just beat the Titans? Efficient offense. The Colts had high average per play per game. Or excuse me, the Colts high average game per play. I can't speak. I wrote these words and I can't say them. Is 8.1 yards per play. Shows exactly how explosive and sustained the drives can be. Running game dominance, obviously. Taylor performance put on real pressure. The Titans' run defense opened up the offense well. That's just how running football with Jonathan Taylor works these days. Playmaker advantage. Pittman, Downs, and Jones connected at key moments. Downs is a first down guy, and Pittman can make any catch at any time. The Titans just overall struggled. Their offense couldn't keep pace. They were out muscled and really out executed. Field position, big plays early in the second half, flipped the script and forced Tennessee to play from behind. The Titans couldn't stop the run. That's probably their honestly biggest reason for losing today. For the Colts, the 7-1 start strengthens their case as the AFC South contender and as one of the top teams in the whole league and in the AFC. Dominant performance builds confidence. And I'm telling you, this team is so confident right now. It is crazy, man. Trust Daniel Jones. They know JT is the MVP. They trust the offensive line because when you see JT making these runs, you see him eyes down the field because he's looking at, okay, this level's taken care of. I'm confident that I'm getting this. I'm getting at least the minimal protection. Our offensive line is gonna hold up most of the time, so I can focus on where look at him. He's like, what's next? He's already beat this guy. It is crazy to watch that man run the football. And it would be even crazier to watch him run straight over some AFC opponents in the playoffs. Wouldn't that be nice? So obviously it's full fuck you for the Titans at this point. The 1-7 major red flags. As this trend continues, they could face organizational decisions, coaching roster. I mean, I see them. Who's the backup in Tennessee? Let's look that up. Just for fun, let's look that up. Backup is Brandon Allen, who has had previous experience with Brian Cullen. Brian Cullen, didn't he get fired? He got fired. Yeah, he's the backup. I wonder how good he is. Should we look him up his stats? So just for fun, I looked up his stats. Looks like he played for Denver in 2019. Probably was drafted by them. Played 3 games. It's 3 touchdowns and an interception in those games. 39 completions on 84 attempts. Golly, in 2020 he played for Cincinnati. 1 for 4. His starts there. So They don't really got the very good backup situation, huh? Yeah. He's not won a lot of games. So I don't think the Titans are going to go with their quarterback anytime soon. So I think Cam Ward will still continue to be in there and just kind of suck. So that sucks for the Titans fans, man, because it would be pretty cool if they didn't suck and we had somebody to actually play against so people would quit pitching. Anyway, let's talk about a couple other things. Obviously, just to wrap up the Colts game and everything about the Colts haters and everything, like, listen, the Colts are legit. We're just going to have to wait until they play and probably in a playoff game before people really, really start believing in them. But you're not supposed to win by 25 points. Coach Atkins said this today. November is schedule is the most important, and it's also the hardest. Real quick before we get off the Colts, let's just look at their schedule, the next few games here, okay? So we play Steelers next week, then the Falcons, and then we get a bye. Coming off that bye, we got Kansas City. Now, where will Kansas City be by then? The Lord only knows. But so coming off that bye in Kansas City, if we can squeak past the Steelers are going to give some problems. At 1 p.m. next week, I'm a bit worried about the Steelers, and I'm not going to lie. That's going to be a fun pregame to make because I like Aaron Rodgers. So I'm looking forward to that pregame. I'm looking forward to playing the Steelers. I'm sure. I'm sure after the game, if we win, there's gonna be some people talking about this. You just beat the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. They ain't really that good. Then, if we do beat the Falcons, which I don't know we will, but it'll be, oh, you just beat the Falcons. Then, if we come off of the bye and we beat the Kansas City Chiefs, if we do, if it's gonna be, but the Chiefs aren't like they used to be. The Chiefs ain't that good no more. There'll be excuse after excuse after excuse from all these other fans, and that's okay. I mean, you don't have to be smart. You don't have to look at things critically. When I see the Giants doing good in New York, I'm like, shout out the Giants. Like, I don't understand how you see a team being as great as the Indianapolis Colts are, and you go, yeah, but should we believe them? Should we believe in the Colts or not? I don't know. Should you? 7-1, best offense in the NFL. Blah 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 blah. Should you? I mean, is Daniel Jones the second coming of Christ? No, but he's a great. Say it with me. Game manager. Now, before that term gets thrown around like it's no good, Tom Brady, amazing game manager. Peyton Manning, probably the best game manager of all time. Patrick Mahomes, although he takes matters into his own hands at times, he knows how to manipulate the game and manage the game to his liking. That's what great quarterbacks do. So if he's not the most accurate quarterback of all time, that's not the biggest deal because he is smart with the football. He has made like two bad, maybe three bad decisions, and I mean bad to where like they caused a turnover or something like a bad throw every now and then. I think everyone has that, man. So just remember when hating on the Colts, we don't hate on your team because we don't care. The only team I really don't like is the Texans. And I don't like the Texans because they're just, how do I put this? They're not that good. They're not. I mean, CJ Stroud, from the beginning, I was like, yeah, he's in. I mean, at the time, the Colts weren't shit. Like, we had Gardner Minshew or whoever it was. And so I'm like, I know that it is not going to. We weren't expecting much. You know what I'm saying? So we weren't like that. Like, but when we go to play the Texans, and everyone was like, "The Texans, CJ Stroud's going to be the next thing. The Texans are so good." I was like, "Nah, I mean, nah. They're just in a bad division." The Jacksonville Jaguars were bad last year. We were not good last year either. We were okay, I guess. But like, yeah, last couple of years, sure, the Texans have been good. No one else in the division has been good. Look now, look where the Texans are now. They're getting bullied around. CJ Stroud can't stand in the pocket for more than 2 seconds. I mean, so do with that information what you will. Let's move on just a little bit here. See if I can move on. Oh yeah, one more thing about the Colts. I keep forgetting to mention this. Carly Ursay Gordon on the sidelines. People like to have this or that to say about it. Listen, it's working out. If no one else cares, if Shane Steichen don't care, if the players don't care, I don't give a fuck. It's working out just fine. So I don't really care. I know people have a lot to say about it, but what are you going to say about something that's literally working right now? So let's talk a little bit about the Pacers. They are on not such a very good start at all. 0-3. They actually play on Wednesday. They got a couple days off, which is cool. They play Mavericks at 8:30. This team just seems to be. Why don't we just read off a couple of stats real quick? Why not? Pascal with 33, Aaron Nesmith with 18, Ray Davis with 12, and Tony Bradley with 12. Pascal can't be the only person on the team. I mean, he needs some help, and Aaron Nesmith is definitely some help, but I just with the point guard, what is his Andrew Nimhart? Golly, I don't know why I can't think of his name. Anyway, when Andrew Nimhart is out, somebody's got to do it, and of course Pascal has 33 points and 8 assists, 10 rebounds, double double. So he's trying to do it, but he can't do it all by himself. The Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards did not do well. He had 5 points in 3 minutes. Did he get injured or something? What's going on with that? 31 points for 39 minutes for Julius Randle. Rudy Gobert had 14 with 18 rebounds. So, I'm not gonna lie, Timberwolves played well. And he can't. And the Pacers just got to turn it around, man. It's 82 games, so we're not that done on them yet. But you got to turn that stuff around, my dude. So, he plays their first regular season game a week from tomorrow, which I'm very excited about. Kentucky plays Auburn on Saturday, which Kentucky football that is, which I'm a little more hopeful for. I mean, Auburn isn't well. I don't know. They're okay. Let's look at their schedule real quick. Looks like they beat Ball State, got beat by Oklahoma, got beat by Georgia. They actually beat Arkansas. Looks like they're probably a lot better than us. So that's probably going to be an L, unfortunately. So yeah, not a lot of hope for Kentucky football, but you can always watch the games, and just in case something good does happen. But yeah, just overall great victory Monday here for the Colts. Just a great time to be a Colts fan, and I just had to say, like, Shane Steichen, Jonathan Taylor, Daniel Jones, the offensive line, the defense stepping up whenever even the fans were like, we need help on defense. The defensive guy we've had, have stepped up, and it is nothing can be cooler than being an Indiana sports fan right now, man. And what can I say? Great time on Sunday. Thank you guys for watching so much. Have a great day.